What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steve Natto. I want to thank you all for joining me today on this video, and be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all of my new pickups here on YouTube as soon as the videos drop. As you can see in hand, we have a brand new release. This is the brand new Nike Adapt Auto Max Infrared that dropped this past Wednesday on May 20th for a retail price of $400. One of the more expensive shoes I've kind of reviewed on this channel here, and this is actually the second colorway of the Adapt Auto Max. I got the first one in when that one came out. It was kind of a gray and yellowish color, which I wasn't totally sold on, but I think this one looks significantly better. I wasn't completely sold on the silhouette either, the Adapt Auto Max. It's a really cool shoe. I love the design and concept of it, but it felt really bulky with the first pair that I picked up. This one, I imagine, will be kind of similar, but I like this colorway significantly better, and I'm hoping it changes my mind. So we'll kind of go through the video. I'll show you guys the sneakers both up close and on feet, and I'll give you guys my opinions towards the end of the video on what I think of the shoe. With that being said, of course, the retail price of $400 is still extremely expensive, and was a problem kind of for the first colorway, and I think still exists for this one here too. I wish they would bring that price tag down a bit. $400 is a lot of money for a pair of shoes. This one does have the self-lacing technology and is really cool all around. There's so many extras in the box as well. We're going to take a deep dive into what comes inside the box as well, but I still don't think it quite justifies the $400 price tag. So we'll get into all that. I'll explain my opinions and show you guys the sneakers up close as well as on feet, like we always do for the channel here. So we got a great one lined up today. Leave any comments, feedback, or questions you guys have on the Adapt Auto Max in the comments down below, and I'll help you guys get those questions answered. But with all that being said, I think it's finally time to jump into the video. So let's go, let's jump in and dive into the Nike Adapt Auto Max Infrared. So here we go with the shoes, and I've actually already put them back in the box. I want to show you guys what the box looks like as soon as you open it. It's a really cool presentation and a really nice set of extras that they include in the box. So first off, I will show you guys the tag here. We got Nike Adapt Auto Max in pure platinum and particle gray for that retail price of $400. And on the box itself, you got a giant Nike swoosh on the front. You got Max on the side. The top of the word Air, it's kind of a design that goes along with it on the other side. And then you got this kind of toy design, which I'll show you guys a little bit more of on the back. And then on the top, you got AUTO for auto in the design here. And then you open up the box, and this is what you got inside. The shoes actually just come sitting right there on top of the charging pad, which is all the way down in the bottom. And then it comes with this kind of separation piece, which is actually another box that you open up, which includes more extras. So we'll open that up and I'll show you what it looks like. And then it comes with some kind of like instructions as well as a card. So this card has a little bit more information, and this toy again, which I showed in the first video of the Adapt Auto Max, but it's a Medicom toy that comes with it. As you can see at the bottom left, it does say Medicom Toy Corporation. So it's just got some information on it, but really crazy packaging and very nice to start off. So to help facilitate everything, I've already kind of unpackaged it a little bit more. So at the bottom of the box, like I mentioned, would be the charging pad. So that's right here. You got the cord and the charger right there. So it is USB-C to just regular USB that goes into the charger, and then USB connects into the pad itself. So this is, there's the top of it there for the USB-C port, and then on the back, it's the Nike Adapt Charger 1.0. So amongst all the other Nike Adapt models, as of recently, this is the same charger that comes with it. And then in this separation piece in the middle here, this was another box that came with a smaller box inside, and in here was just the charging cord and plug right there. So no need to open that. But then here was the Medicom toy that I was talking about. So it's that same design we saw in the box. This guy is just infrared in terms of the color. I still don't know the exact story behind this toy or why this is exactly included, but on the bottom you can see Medicom toy and the Nike swoosh on the bottom of the feet. But nonetheless, just pretty cool, a nice addition, definitely doesn't hurt, and very nice packaging, all said and done. And finally, now here we are again with the shoes. So again, this really bright infrared color. Hopefully you guys can see it on camera. Hopefully it's coming out well, but it's very, very bright on the back heel and on the outsole, kind of midsole portion here. But this is the lateral side. As you can see, it's pretty much just that pure platinum colorway for the upper, a little bit of a darker gray on that swoosh, and then the midsole design is this crazy kind of design that they have all throughout the midsole that connects to the bottom Air Max unit and the top. So again, from the lateral here, if we start down at the bottom, we got that air bubble. It's really big. It's a giant unit in the back there. We move across and you got the buttons here for tightening and loosening the shoe. So there we go. There's some of the color flashing. And then the rest of this midsole on the upper here, it's a nice material. It's kind of light and thin, and it, you know, is a decent material on the upper here. Goes across to the back. You got more infrared on the back with a smaller swoosh, and then the rest of that pure platinum continuing around the upper. Onto the front, nothing really too different here, but more of that midsole piece around the toe. You got a toe cap right around the toe box. Same material running up. You got these laces, which actually don't do anything. They're really just for show. If you kind of take a peek inside and behind this, you actually see the mechanism that tightens and loosens the shoe. So this one, I think it takes kind of draw from the Nike Air Mag in terms of what it looks like, but then it's really just a design that doesn't really have any function. And then up on the tongue, you got Auto Max with the Nike swoosh. To the medial side now, really pretty much all the same, just so that the midsole and outsole piece is a little bit different in terms of the colors and design, but you can really get a look at that midsole kind of pattern running along, and then you got the rest of that air bubble and this really bright infrared color. Same with the darker swoosh, again on the medial side here, but that's pretty much it there. Onto the back heel, you got infrared for most of the back heel, and then that design of the word air that I mentioned before on the box, it's the top of the letters, so A, I, and R on the back of both sneakers in black, and then you got this gray pull tab on the back as well. And now I've turned on the flash so you can see that the pull tab is actually 3M reflective. This is the only portion of the shoe that is, but always a nice touch to see that and pretty cool for the back tab. Next up, moving overhead and looking inside the shoe, you got more of this pure platinum kind of gray color for the inner liner. You got an infrared insole, which looks a bit of a different shade of kind of red than the actual shoe itself, but it is the same shade. I think the flash on the camera is just altering the color a bit. And then you got that Medicom toy and Auto Max written on the insole in black. And then there is a quick look at the size tag for the numbers and information. And lastly here, we got the outsole. I really like the outsole design. It's, again, really bright. You got that black Nike swoosh in the middle, and then a little bit of black up at the top for the toe. But simple and clean design, same as the other pair. And now we have wrapped up taking an up-close look at the Infrared Adapt Auto Max. So now it's time to get them laced up, and I'll show you guys what they look like on feet. So now there we have it for the Nike Adapt Auto Max Infrared on feet. So I don't want to make this video too much longer. We've already taken a lot of time to kind of show you guys the specifics and show you what's inside the box for these shoes right here. And all things said and done, they're a really, really cool shoe, but I think just still a little too kind of impractical for actual wear, in my opinion. It's a really nice shoe. I like this colorway significantly more than the first colorway that came out, but I still think it's too bulky of a shoe and just doesn't look quite right. Like, I get what they're trying to do. I know they're kind of pushing the bar with terms of kind of being futuristic and including this technology, and also paying homage to the Air Max by including an Air Max, unit in there. So there's so much going on, but I just don't think it's quite right for practical use, kind of beyond just, being a cool shoe and wearing every once in a while. I think it'd be a hard shoe to wear every day. It just looks so big and bulky, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, but that's my opinion. After checking them out on feet, they just felt like a lot. With that being said, though, they're not actually that heavy. You might expect that the shoe would be really heavy, but it's really not for what it is. It's got some weight, but I would have expected it to be heavier after checking it out. So there are definitely a lot of positives to it. I still think it does look very nice. It's just, in terms of wearing it, it's just a little bit too much for me. But in terms of specifics on the shoe, it is actually pretty comfortable too. You can really feel the air bubble in the back. And like I said, it's not that heavy, and I think it does fit true to size. I didn't have a problem with that. And you can tighten it and loosen it, via the buttons on the side or the technology in the Android or iPhone app. So it's really cool, and the technology there is no question, awesome to see and does work well. In all honesty, you can really tighten the shoe, you can loosen it up, so it does work well. But in my opinion, I'm just not totally sold on it. I was hoping this colorway would make a little bit of a difference for me, and I think it did, but not quite enough to make me like it, as much as I want to. I really want to like this shoe a lot more, but it's just tough. The $400 price point is a lot of money, and to me, it just doesn't look quite right on feet. So if I had to give you guys my final rating and opinion on a scale out of 10 here, I think I'm going to go a 7.5 out of 10, just for that reason in terms of thinking about wearing it practically here. I just can't see myself wearing it too much because it is so big and bulky. But that's what feels right to me. I think it's a 7.5, but let me know in the comments down below, again, what you guys are thinking. But I think that's going to wrap up the video here. Again, like I said, I didn't want to make this too long, so we will cut the video here. I want to thank you all for joining me for this video one final time. And, be sure to hit that subscribe button as well to stay up to date with everything that I post. But that's going to be it. We'll end the video finally here. So thank you one final time, and I'll catch you guys real soon on the next video.